have a chance to talk to him. So guess what? I go in there. Chris didn't want to eat the breakfast. I went over there, had breakfast. There's another restaurant across the street that they give you a voucher for. And guess who comes in? My neighbors. And I tried to talk to him again. I said, hey, talk a little bit. He didn't talk much. I mean, I don't think he said a full sentence the whole time I tried to carry on the conversation with him. Now his wife, she talked. But I chose to stop talking to her because she was eating. I asked a couple questions. I tried to, and I'm praying for him. I don't know. I say, Lord, please let other believers come in their path. I started a conversation with him. But every time she talked, I'm telling you, chunks of egg flew out. Bounced on the table, came in front. I mean, after the 4th or 5th time, I said, okay, I'm done. I did, Lord, I can't do this. It was disgusting. It wasn't as bad as the lady I talked to, present the gospel, tried to talk to someone at a secondhand store there too also. And when I walked in, she started talking about death. Her aunt had died. She's talking about her aunt's death. I said, what a holy cow. Someone's talking about death. We need to talk about heaven. And so I waited a little bit. She's talking to someone else. They walked away. I walked up to the counter and said, hey, I heard you're talking about your aunt passed away. I'm sure sorry to hear that. Oh, that was like 3 years ago. I said, oh, well, the way you're talking about it sounded like it was recent. So I just miss her. I said, well, I'm sure you do. And so I started talking. I said, well, I don't know if you're a believer or not. Oh, I am. And she got real excited. And she said, it's kind of a tongue twister. She said, I told her I'll see her on the other side. And she said it, but her tooth popped out when she said it. She had a fake tooth and don't worry, get a new set and get to heaven. Sharing the gospel can be fun sometimes, but it flipped out and she caught it and she went, thank God it was in the right way. I could imagine that thing was upside down. I don't know what I'd have done. Never a dull moment. It wasn't as bad as the last part. I hope that you look for ways to increase your fellowship, get on a deeper level with other believers. The only difference between the unsaved and the saved is the Spirit of God indwells in us. Do you know that? That's the only difference. They need to know God the same way we do. It's not our job to make them believe. It's not. I mean, I tried to present the gospel to this couple. I wanted to. There wasn't an open door. I could have forced it in there, and I could have made a complete idiot of myself. I know better than that. I said, Lord, I'm just pray for them. I'm going to pray for them every day. Please let them come to know you. Please put in believers in their path. And if that's the only reason I crossed their path, because I wanted to present the gospel. It's not that I didn't want to. It's that the opportunity really didn't come, and I know better than to force it, and it just didn't end well, and it didn't. So sometimes it's going to be just praying for them. That's it. Sometimes it is going to be that you need to share the gospel, and sometimes, even if you've never done it before, you could do it and lead someone to Christ. Do you know we just have to be willing? We just have to be willing. If we have fellowship with God and we have fellowship with other believers, the only thing that separates us from non-believers is the Spirit of God indwells us. They can have the Spirit of God dwell them if they believe the gospel. But folks, they got to hear it to believe it. They got to hear it. We got to share it. We're commanded to do that. We take the gospel to them so they can be born again. I'm so thankful people took the time to share it with me. Aren't you glad they took time to share it with you? The very least thing we do is share it with someone else. I mean, even if you led 5 people to Christ, that'd be okay. That's 5 more than we're in. And if everyone led 5 people to Christ, wouldn't it add up quickly? Because it says, and the Lord added to the church daily those who are being saved. Do you know why he added to church daily those who are being saved? Because those who received it were telling other people daily. That's the only difference. They were sharing their faith every single day. That's why he added to the number daily those being saved. If you don't share it daily, listen, the Lord can add. increase where the gospel is not presented. It's impossible. But if it's shared daily, he can add daily. He can do that.